Today, I'm joined by John Locke from Locke Farms. Operate just outside of Macklin, just a little bit north of there, and he's here today to talk to us about the low moisture levels that we've been experiencing all this winter and how it's going to be affecting crop producers in the general Lakeland area here. And so, thank you so much for being with me today, John.
Pleasure to be here.
All right, John. So, as mentioned, we've had very little snow throughout the whole year, and especially coming off of last year, where it certainly was a low moisture year again. Just how important is this low amount of moisture for the upcoming growing season coming up this spring and summer?
Well, it's one of those old things that you always need to have moisture in the spring, and having next to none this winter, it's very concerning. We've been in this situation for you know realistically the last 3 years, and hopefully it gets a lot better. But it's we didn't get the runoff that we're hoping for this winter, so hopefully you know, April, March winds and April showers bring on May flowers. So let's hope for some showers here in April.
And just we of course want the moisture for all crops, but there are some crops that particularly like to have that good snow cover throughout the winter and to help them be as well set up for the spring. So just how will that affect some of the more specific crops with how poor the moisture has been this winter?
Oh yeah, you can go right from the big one on the block right now, canola. You'd like to be putting it into a nice warm, wet seed bed. Uh, Hopefully we can get something. Any bit of moisture right now will get everything going and be able to start. Same with all your cereals, wheat, barley, oats. Same thing. They definitely would like to have a nice warm, wet seed bed. Some of the drier crops, I guess, lentils maybe are a little bit more susceptible to drought or drier conditions, but still, even them, you need to have moisture to get everything going here in the spring. And on the cattle side of things, um, the pasture and the haylands definitely need to get a good start with some shower and some rain. And without any snow cover and the runoff here, it's it's concerning. But like I said, we're always one shower away from a big one. So
And you mentioned cattle and how important it is for hay and whatnot, but also how important the moisture is for replenishing dugouts and other water reserves in order to best water cattle as well. And so, just how important that will be in some of the challenges that it will bring if we don't get more moisture coming up this spring.
oh, very much so. Well, a lot of the pastures in our area are dugout watered. There's a few artesian wells in our area, but there's not as many of them, or places where you can water cattle um, in sloughs or lakes. But for the most part, it is dugouts that do the pastures, and for us at least, the odd well and as well. But uh, yeah, the runoff after the last couple of years of being dry, the dugouts definitely took a hit, and the a little bit of runoff that we did get, we caught, but it still probably won't be enough unless we can get a substantial amount of rain here in the spring here coming up shortly. So
And then finally, John, if this moisture level sticks around, what are some of the things that you at your farm are going to do and some of the other producers to best make the crop look as good as possible and hopefully hope for a better year maybe in the future?
well, if you can just get out in front of it and get some weed management, for us is kind of a key around our place. As long as the weeds aren't out there robbing your soil of the moisture, the little bit of moisture that is there, that's always a good help. Try not to disturb the soil is another one that we like to do around our place as well. Prior to seeding, try not to do any disking or harrowing or anything like that. That's going to break that ground open and let any of the moisture out of the soil escape. So those are a few things that we kind of do around here, and hope to preserve as much moisture as we can in that soil.
All right, perfect. Thank you for all the information, John, and hopefully for you as well as all of our producers throughout all of Alberta and Saskatchewan, we can see some good rains and have a very bountiful harvest for the 2024 season.
For sure, yeah, that's we're farmers. We're eternal optimists. It's always going to be better next year, and we're always constantly one shower away from a big one. So it's always good to be in this industry. That's for sure.